Welcome back to Outside the Glass. Rivals on the ice, one community in the seats. This is Joel. I'm Tyler. Thanks for tuning in. We are on a collision course between two heavyweights, the Knights, the Canes. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's get into it. Thanks for joining us on Outside the Glass. We're a hockey podcast dedicated to create a community served to bring hockey fans together for healthy debate, stories, history on their teams that we might not know. Typically we focus more on the Central Division. Don't let my jersey fool you. I am still a Colorado Avalanche fan. I'm hurt, but we're going to get through this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That'll help out the channel a lot. Today we're going to talk about, as mentioned before, the Stanley Cup Finals are here. We're excited. It's going to be a good series. We're going to talk about how the Canadiens' demise. I know I'm wearing that jersey too. I'm a sad man.
Every jersey you've worn has ended in demise.
That's okay.
The demise for Demidov. He's wearing a Demidov jersey. It's pretty sick, but he bought it right. He bought it right when he thought Montreal might turn it around, and then it went. They dropped two, almost got shut out in those two games. He's like, son of a bitch. So it's been a rough. It's been a rough journey for Tyler so far. That's okay.
So we're gonna get to that one, but we're gonna start here.
We've loved all the feedback.
Oh, yeah.
We've loved all the comments. It's one of us commenting back. Sometimes it's hard to know which, but we'll try to get to your comments, and we love the healthy debate in the comment section as well.
Yeah, that's great. To start here with the series that has sparked a little bit of interest, Avs Knights did not go the way I expected. I never picked the Avs to sweep. I feel like you don't pick a team to sweep.
I feel like a lot of Avalanche fans were kind of feeling like it might have been a sweep. They weren't saying it because they didn't want to jinx their team. Maybe that's the energy I was getting. And everybody thought the Avalanche were gonna just wipe out Vegas.
Yeah, I mean they were definitely favored heavily, and with the season that they had, I mean, they don't disclose injuries for obvious reasons. They don't disclose anything like that. So whenever a team's coming in as hot as the Avs, it just seemed like it was going to head that way. But they were clearly not themselves in any way. Vegas could have very well won the series either way. A completely healthy team, a completely not healthy team. They could have won it either way. Well, but that was not the Avalanche team.
I mean, think about those last two games, they got Stone back.
Yeah.
And Makar came back. Makar, his legs looked like he was very mobile still. He was still moving and grooving there.
He couldn't shoot.
But you could tell he was reluctant to shoot.
The second shot he had, he was grabbing his shoulder.
I don't think he had any slap shots on net.
No.
And he shoots a lot of wrist shots anyway, but he had Stone come in, and I think he had a goal in both of those games.
He did.
So that was a big difference maker.
Game 4 was bad. Game 4 was really bad.
Like a shell of themselves.
You
would expect with the elimination game, like a ton of urgency.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we were joking beforehand that if McKinnon could have just gifted Makar his arm and Makar could have just gifted McKinnon his leg, they might have had a complete player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's not forget, McKinnon injured his leg game 3.
Yeah.
So
No, you're not wrong.
Maybe I don't think
he was great before that either.
Right.
I think Lehkonen, I think he was at maybe 40%. He's their best puck battle forward. He goes to the boards every single chance he can, and I've seen him against good teams.
Kadri was getting owned.
Kadri didn't look good.
He was getting owned.
But I mean,
he tried to hit Barbashev a couple times and he got reverse checked. Just bounced his head back.
The problem is like it was kind of like no, I mean pun intended because but it was kind of like an avalanche of like misfortune for the Avalanche because it started from the top line and worked its way down. It's like the top line couldn't get going. So the Knights were able to focus more energy on the lower lines because the top line wasn't doing all that much. Eichel played McKinnon great. I will not take anything away from that. Eichel played McKinnon really, really good.
It's like the reverse of that Drake song. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the top, now we're here.
Yeah. I'm going to start off by kind of giving the Knights the flowers that they do deserve. They do deserve a lot of flowers. The Knights smothered the Avs.
So many flowers.
So many flowers. Fleury's not playing anymore. Didn't Fleury play for the Knights at one point?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Anyway, we brought the flower back for the Knights. Anyway, so they smothered the Avs in a lot of situations. They controlled the center of their defensive zone pretty much the entire game. They kept the Avs to the perimeter. The Avs couldn't move the puck the way that they usually do. They couldn't make the cross-ice passes. And whenever they did, they kept them out there. They kept from one perimeter to the other.
What do you do when you have a Colorado team that can't come in off the rush and beat you with their speed? When you've got two D-men back, they're playing at least two forwards back.
Yeah.
There was one guy, up in the play, but they're playing with nearly the whole team back.
Yeah.
As soon as they had the lead, the whole neutral zone was clogged up.
And that's the thing. The Avalanche couldn't score first.
They're having a hard time getting into the zone on their power play. Some of them power plays, they had one shot on net or
I'm
no
going to
shots
be
on net.
entirely honest with you. That's been all season long. They do this stupid slingshot, and they always do the same thing. And now that they have Natchez, they do a double slingshot.
Double slingshot.
Every single
Flying
time.
V, double slingshot.
And all you have to do is
just
crowd the blue line. That's all you have to do to stop them.
Well,
have to do to stop them.
I thought it was interesting. I was listening to Biz, and he said, Avs need to do nothing except get a power play for next year. Is there any validity to that?
Yes. I mean, think about it. They were the best. Obviously, they were the best 5-on-5 team. That's exhausting. That's exhausting through a season to not be able to have a power play. You don't have that advantage. You're always fighting for every goal. In power plays, you fight for goals too, but it's not the same as. I say they fought for every goal. They scored a lot of goals, but the Knights are built. The Knights are built this way to grind out all season long, and the Avs are just built to take you away early.
Yeah.
And if they can't do that,
it gets really tough.
It gets really tough.
And then when it's a low scoring game and they get a power play late third period and then they don't capitalize, it's like it makes it really tough. It makes it really tough.
Yeah.
And when you have a team like Vegas that's so sound defensively, 5-on-5, and they're like, hey, we're not going to run and gun with you. We're going to keep it this low-scoring game. If you can't cash in on the power play, that might be it. And
that's the thing, though. The Avs had their chances. They had the power plays. They had the chance to go up 2-0 in Game 2 and then 4-2 in Game 3. And they couldn't capitalize on those power plays. And I get it. The other team's trying to. But you have to. You have to win these games. And if you don't, that's a recipe for a loss.
Yeah.
And Hart played well. He played numbers-wise, he played very good.
You know what's funny?
I'm still not
hearing
convinced.
this from a Avalanche fan, though. I've and a lot of the rest of the league, people that talk about the Avs, they've said Wedgwood, Blackwood aren't as good as they might appear to be. And it's funny that Vegas has such a good defense. And then Hart puts up all these great numbers. And now everyone's like, well, Hart's not that good either. Well, and maybe that's true because, I mean, it was a different series against the Ducks, different series against
So my
the
thing
Mammoth.
with Wedgwood is he was the leading goalie in the regular season, right? And then he tapered off in the playoffs. He's a little older. He's never played this many games. I think he played like 20 more games than he's played in his entire career, and he's 32. He's always been this backup role. I do have faith in Blackwood. If he can just stay healthy and he can string together some games, I do think that he'll be better. He played pretty well for the Sharks. You know, like.
Do you think that Vegas playing Colorado might be the reason that they win the Cup? Because sometimes
they have a lot of momentum.
Sometimes you need an opponent.
Yeah.
That will force you into the best version of yourself. Yeah. And they weren't playing. They were playing a little bit more sloppy against the Ducks.
Yeah.
And Hart's numbers weren't as good in the first two series.
Yeah.
And then they played a explosive Avs team, and they tightened up. They hit their stride.
Yeah.
And they honestly, it brought out the best in Vegas, unfortunately.
We'll talk a little bit. Fans. We'll talk a little bit more about Vegas whenever we're discussing the finals, I think. I want to talk about not necessarily where the Avs are going to go, because we'll have plenty to talk about over the offseason. But again, power play sucked again. The Avs seemed to play a little scared throughout. Like they were scared to lose, you know? I don't know. They just, maybe not game one. Maybe they came out a little faster in game one. They played pretty well in the first period in game three. I still wasn't feeling great about it because all the Knights had to do was just tighten up. And then they ended up coming back and winning that game pretty handedly. But throughout the playoffs, the Avs dictated most of the play. They played well in certain areas in this series. They controlled a little bit of the tempo at times, even with playing sloppily and not playing great. So my question here, do you blame Bednar for how this series played out? Or do you just run it back? And
I don't know if you fire him necessarily, but
he's on a short leash. Either way, he's on a short leash. My
feeling, and we've talked about this, my feeling was they needed some emotional leadership in those areas, and they got a very collected Bednar that's led them to great success in the past. That they needed to be disrupted out of their way of thinking or something. So you got St. Louis, that he's such a great motivator in Montreal.
He's so young.
You've got Torts where he's saying all the right things. He's saying he's giving complete ownership to the group. He's fueling them through his weird antics and getting them to a place where they can, get ahead. I don't know if I saw that from Bednar. That was a little surprising for me that he comes out in game 2, lost 2 at home. Okay, comes out in game 3. They let a 3-goal lead.
He does have a very similar. He says the same thing, and almost every time. It's
nothing.
He appreciated the game that they were playing. They just weren't getting bounces, and there was some of that. There was some puck luck that wasn't going their way. But there was nobody nobody that crashed the net other than Landeskog.
Me and you, it seemed like the common consensus was watching these games when they're close. Vegas seems to eke them out. They seem to win.
All these games were close. They weren't that far off.
When you hear your coach, it seems like everybody has a pulse of what's going on. And your coach, it seemed like he didn't quite have it. It was like things aren't going our way. and these are close games.
Yeah.
And we're losing them. And it seems like when they're close games, we tend to lose them.
So
why not change something?
Last season before the trade deadline, Bednar made a comment of they have way too many passengers on the team. And then they had a hectic trade deadline. They had a hectic off season. Mm-hmm. They had a trade deadline this season. Yeah. So that message seemed to resonate a little bit. This season, he hasn't really had that message. He haven't really had to up until this moment all that much. He's almost like one of the guys. You know what I mean? He's not really that coach that the players love and hate, you know? Mm-hmm. And maybe that message is just a little stale, you know? Like, it was a good message for the 2022 Cup. It was a good message at other points, but...
Well, he's very systems oriented.
He is.
And he, even after wins, he says, that was a... You know, we won. Mm-hmm. I wasn't happy about how we won.
Yeah.
I know how we should be playing, and we weren't playing that way, even though we won. And so what happens when the systems collapse? What happens when the guys don't have anything left in the tank after 121-point season after playing so good in the first two rounds?
You're like you said, he's the analytical type. He's really good at mixing around lines and like getting the right fit, and he did that a lot throughout this series, and at times it seemed to work, and then it just kind of fizzled out. I don't know. Getting off Bednar, last thing on him.
Did you hear Torch say, leave Betsy alone to the media?
Well, he is a great coach.
He is.
And the thing about it is, if that message is just staled, fizzled out a little bit, he's got one more year on the contract. We'll dive more into this in the offseason.
I don't think he gets fired. I don't think he gets
He'll
fired.
ride out the contract. If he goes, it's not a firing. It's a moving on. Mm-hmm. You know, it's you have done a lot for this organization. You've turned this franchise around. Like, he came in whenever they were at their lowest point and built that team up. Other contributing factors as well. But he was a big part of it. And if he does end up moving on, he's going to get picked up very fast. Toronto, he would fit Toronto very well, I think.
Well, and
that's kind of a proving
for
ground
any
for him
coach
too.
Coming in, you have two generational talents on the same team.
It's true. That's true. He helped
very, very, very rarely happens.
Yeah.
So you've got those two pieces. Yeah. If you can be at least somewhat competent with the rest, and get it. Yeah.
So I want to ask that one because we're running a little long here on time. But so for final thoughts for this series, this one hurt fairly less than last year's loss to the Stars.
Rantanen.
Yeah, that one hurt. That one carried with me.
Natural Hattie against
that
Dallas.
One still kind of resonates.
And they'd probably win that series if they had Rantanen.
I don't know about that. They weren't playing great that season.
Maybe not.
They were playing pretty rough.
Maybe not.
And Natchez has been really good. Lay off Natchez, Avalanche fans. Yeah, he didn't score a ton of goals.
Yeah, look, he didn't help at all. He didn't get any goals. That's fine. Neither did anybody else.
Neither did anybody else.
Except for Landeskog.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good sign, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Landeskog playing good. Like, him being your leader on the team and, like, actually, like, I don't know. I think that's optimism for next season. He had a good series. And
Burn it down.
Burn it down. No. Avs fans need to chill out. We won a cup in 2022. That's not that long ago.
We can go another 30 years. We can hold out.
I'm done with this.
When McCarr's 60, we might get another one.
Yeah, they're saying, like, Avs fans are like, McCarr's getting old. He's getting old. He's 27.
He'll be all right.
McKinnon's getting a little old.
He's like 30.
32, 31 or 32, I think.
Really?
Yeah, but anyway.
You're reaching the prime of these guys. So you want to get it done. I get it.
Yeah, we do.
We want to get it done.
Yeah.
So.
It's, I don't know. I go from like depressed to optimistic, and then back down to depressed, and then angry, and then
I lean more towards a Avs collapse than a Vegas dominance.
Yeah.
I think that's more. That's honest. I think that's honest.
Yeah.
It's more of that. There was both, but I think it was more of the Avs collapsing on themselves. I don't know why. Maybe more will come out, but
yeah. Well, exactly.
we'll see what happens in the offseason. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. So.
Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Canes and the Canadiens series, and we'll go from there.
And we're back. So let's cap off what happened in the East. Let's take a look. It was similar to what happened in the West. Not quite as egregious.
Might as well have been.
Nearly a sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
Well, we thought it would go completely different. Game 1, Montreal was on fire, and Canes weren't ready for him. You know, we talked about how Anderson had like a 770 save percentage in that really Game 1. Tons of turnovers. Fairly sloppy. So we thought, well, this might be a 6 or 7 game series. It didn't turn out that way. I really thought that, and looking at it, 2 of the games went to overtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game 2 and 3 went to overtime, so it could have gone a lot different.
If the Canadiens could have just swung one of those games the other way, they would have been up 2-1 going, that would have been Game 4 in Montreal. They have played horrible in Montreal, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That isn't good.
All playoffs. I mean, they won both Game 7s
on the road.
Yeah. So
yeah, and this is actually kind of a carbon copy to, don't remember the exact year, but I want to say it was in the early 2000s. The Canadiens won round 1, round 2 on the road in Game 7, and then got swept by, I think it was the Flyers in round 3.
If you're Montreal, you got nothing to be ashamed about at all.
No.
And they've got a ton of skill. Mm-hmm. If they could clean it up and
defensively,
if they could take a little piece of Carolina's defensive mindedness and implement that, and they'll learn a ton from this series as well.
When this offseason, we can go into like some of the free agents that are coming up and see who's coming from where. And then, I mean, you piece 1 or 2 good defensive forwards, even defensemen for the Canadiens. They have good goalie. They have good goaltending. They have good
goalie. They got goalie going on.
Like
they got game. They got goalie.
They do a little bit.
They got a little bit of goalie.
That's the rest of the podcast.
That's it. We're done. No, Dobish is. I mean, that's a real bright spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm a Montreal fan, I'm thinking this is going to be a very competitive team for years to come.
Yeah,
you've got Carolina, which they've, I guess, taken a long time to culminate to this,
really has.
To where they're getting to the Stanley Cup, actually. And so, what did Tortorella say? He said, for 3 rounds, we're in the playoffs. And then in 1 round, we're playing for the Stanley Cup. So he kind of views them separately. Like, we're not playing for the Stanley Cup till we're in the finals. And so it's a training ground. The playoffs are a training ground, and it proved to be a harsh one for Montreal. 2 series went to 7.
Yeah.
And then I think they just ran out of steam.
Yeah, after...
And that's more...
Yeah. 2 Game 7s against a team that had 11 days off.
Yeah.
And
the Canes only get... They're like supercomputers out there. They just like adapt every game, and they just close in on you. So if you don't get a game or 2, they had the first game. They really needed the second game or the Game 3, like you said, to really make it competitive. But the longer it goes, the last 2 games, they got 1 goal. Caulfield just a FU to Carolina and sent them packing.
When did he score that goal? Was it in the third?
It was in the third.
It was like towards.
It was like fuck you, bitch. I'm not letting you shut us out 2 games in a row.
It was. You're right. It was kind of one of those just send-offs.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Because you don't want them to get the... you want to play spoiler.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get the shut
It was
out.
kind of like the Avs with Landeskog's goal at the end of the third period. In that game. It was kind of one of the same situations. It was like, I'm done.
Done with this shit.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I don't want to take anything away from California, jeez, Carolina with my comment on the Habs playing 7 and they get the rest. They earned that. They earned every bit of this. They are the dominant team.
They're the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, 33 shots per game to Montreal's 17.8. Oh, we just lost power. Sorry about that.
Little technical difficulty.
Where were we?
17 shots on net to 33 shots on net on average for the whole series.
That was rough. Looking at the shots, Montreal, to their character throughout the playoffs, very interesting style, very bold of them to be outshot at the clip that they were. I have the numbers here. 22 shots in game 1, 13 in the first, 3 in the second, 6 in the third. Game 2, 12 shots on goal. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 7 in the third. My favorite is game 4 with 18 shots, 5 shots in the first, 10 shots in the second, 3 shots in the third. Reminder, this is the game that they were shut out. Outshot 20-3 in the third period.
And you do wonder, that's definitely a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got away with it in the previous series. This one they didn't.
Yeah.
But you almost wonder too if they could just split in half the amount of neutral zone turnovers they got.
Yeah.
It might be a little different.
What was it?
Because if half of those they just keep the puck and don't send it the other way, they have.
I think it was game 2 in overtime. I don't have the overtime shots here. I wonder if that's just because they had 0 in both overtimes. I don't know that. I just thought about that. I don't have the overtime shots listed. Wouldn't surprise me, in all honesty. But I think it was game 2 in overtime. They were trying to break out of the defensive zone, so they were in the neutral zone, and there was like this pass back. I don't know exactly who did it. I didn't do enough research on this. I apologize. But they got to the blue line where they were about to enter the offensive zone, and they passed the puck back. Don't really know why. It was like they were trying to slingshot somebody, but there was a Carolina player that just took it.
Yeah.
It was right there. Passed it right to him. And it's just not how you want to play. Not in this situation. But that being said, they were the youngest team in the playoffs. It's like a broken record at this point. They're going to learn from these mistakes.
Carolina just outbearded them a little bit.
You've been waiting all series to bring that one out. That's funny.
They were the better bearded team. You know what I mean? And I can respect that. It paid dividends. You know what I mean? But do you think that this gives the Canes a little bit more respect? Because going into this, it was like, oh, you beat the Sens. Okay.
I was saying it the whole time.
Oh, you beat Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
But who have you really faced? And then they faced Montreal. And it's like, put some respect on my name. You know what I mean?
It is a little bit of that.
Same thing with Vegas. They went.
Yeah.
Vegas went through Colorado. They got some respect on their name now for sure.
It's funny. I'm going to make the same excuse for both of them too.
Clout chasing Vegas. Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to this one?
That was one of my notes. It's funny. Did Canes feed on yet another team that was just too exposed? That's funny that you brought that up. And I am curious. I feel like it is a question to come out of this. Yes, the Hurricanes have broken that barrier. They're in the finals. That's it. They have gone past that.
Yep.
I think that this is a true test for both teams.
Let's go.
Like my final thought is the Canes do have a chance to do it this year. It's funny. We're going to get into the finals here in a minute.
Another quick break, and then we're going to...
So we have Eichel versus Aho. We have Marner versus Jarvis. We have Stone versus Stahl.
You got Brendamore versus Tortorella.
And then Hart versus Anderson. This is the Stanley Cup playoff that we all saw coming. Except for me. And I feel like maybe most. But that's okay. That's okay. Vegas is here. The Canes are finally here. Will they get it done? Will they finally hoist the cup? Or will Vegas hoist the cup again for the second time in 3 years? I don't know.
Canes are going to come out like a banshee.
Yeah.
They're going to be like a heat-seeking missile. I think you got Hall with a resurgence of his career. You've got Slavin dialed in.
Yeah.
You got Anderson starting to get dialed in.
Yeah.
I see a team that's been to the conference finals, dropped those games in the past. This looks like a different team. I
think so.
They just got a ton of confidence off of the back of Montreal.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, they kind of came out slow in game one, and then we were talking about this. It's like they just every game just got a little bit closer, to their style of play. I love when they come out with 3 defensemen. It's so weird. You don't see it a lot. And they don't do it a ton, but occasionally they'll come out with 3 defensemen, and it's just, I don't know. It's a cool thing to see, and they just kind of crowd the blue line. They'll do it on offensive zone possession too. They'll have the 3 defensemen just staying back and 3 forwards up. It's really strange to see them do that. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Keandre Miller is a plus 14 throughout the playoffs. That's insane to me that you can have a depth defenseman. Is he a depth defenseman, or is he on that top D pairing? Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into that. But no, it's a really cool dynamic. Like you said, they haven't really been here. They finally got over the hump. They made it to the Eastern Conference Final. They did against the Panthers and got swept. And then
the Panthers twice, I believe.
It was,
and then maybe Boston before that.
Okay,
but my reservation is Vegas has won a cup recently.
Yeah.
There's a group of these guys that have won a cup. You've got incredible leadership on both teams. We know that. We've got 2 great coaches. And it's going to be a showdown.
Yeah.
I think that the Canes are going to expose Vegas a little bit. I feel like the hype train for Vegas is so high right now, taking out Colorado. And so a lot of people think, well, Vegas is that good. They shut Colorado down. That's insane that they did that. I feel like it's more of Colorado laid an egg, so to speak. And I think that Canes they're not going to do that.
Yeah. For those of you who are watching that didn't watch the full pod, I do suggest going and watching our full podcast. I am an Avalanche fan first. I just got this jersey because I like it. And I do like the Canadiens. But that being said, Vegas did smother the Avalanche. They controlled most of the situations of play, but they didn't have a great regular season. Tortorella came in and, I don't know, kind of recreated this team. They're peaking at the time that they need to peak.
Torts gave them a ton of swagger, I will say. And like Bednar said, they're a buzzsaw right now.
Yeah, we don't know what to expect from this. Like, did Vegas just capitalize on some series that they should have won anyway? Like, they would have won against an Avalanche team that struggled. They should have beat.
They should have beat the
Mammoth.
Ducks.
They should have beat the Ducks. Now they're coming into Carolina, who is a buzzsaw themselves. I mean, you could argue that they're one of the best playoff performing teams in history right now.
3 rounds, they've lost 1 game.
It's the last team to do that.
3 rounds, they've lost 1 game.
Yeah, that's like the 80. I think it's 84 Oilers.
The only other team they faced that only lost 1 game in the playoffs was the Avalanche.
Yeah.
So again, let's have some deja vu here. Vegas loves to play spoiler.
Yeah, they do.
They like to be the underdog.
They like to be the bad guy.
They've got Eichel. I think this is so underrated. He's such a tremendous leader.
Yeah.
And under his leadership, obviously they have Stone. He's the captain. They follow Stone as well. They got Stone coming back into this series. He scored 2 goals in 2 games against Colorado when Colorado was desperately looking for a win to extend the series. So, saying all that, I still think Canes come in.
This is going the exact way I predicted it to go. We're going to be really high on one team, and then we're going to go to the other team, and we're going to be like, well, they might have something to say about it.
They're both great teams.
It's going to be a really good series. We should have done a little digging on this beforehand. Do you know of any injuries for the Canes? I can't think of any.
Not any key injuries.
Yeah, and no key injuries for Vegas. I mean, like you said, they just got Stone back. They have the great defenseman in Shea Theodore. The Hurricanes have Seth Jarvis. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch. The goaltending battle is going to be a fun one to watch. Is Hart...
Well, Theodore versus Slavin.
Didn't I say Slavin?
You said Jarvis.
Oh, my bad. I read Jarvis. I meant Slavin. I meant Slavin. Anyway, the goalie battle between Hart and Anderson. Both goalies not great in the regular season. Which goalie is as good as their numbers through the playoffs actually says they are? Or are both of them as good as advertised? Because, I mean, what was it? Hart had a .944 save percentage against the Avs. He played good against the Ducks. Prolific offense. He played good against the Mammoth.
So you've got 3 teams that made it very far in the playoffs: Colorado, Vegas, the Canes. All 3 of them, I would say their goaltending isn't elite.
Right.
And then 2 of those teams that are moving on, their defense is very good.
Yeah.
Colorado always outscored their problems. And so
yeah, but
that didn't happen. So you have the 2 elite defensive teams, I would say. Their structure, just the demon they've got. Like Slavin's such a shutdown defenseman as well.
He is.
And the structure that they play, both smothering in their own way. So
the Hurricanes, I see them. They smother the blue line. They control play kind of in the neutral zone a little bit better than the Knights do. And then the Knights, I think their structure in front of in the defensive zone is a little stronger. But at the same time, I think that the Canes have an edge in the offensive zone. I think that they play the boards a lot better than
Vegas is very good at picking off pucks at the blue line and getting odd man rushes.
That's true too.
That's true too. Breakaways.
Like the Stone goal against the Avs in Game 3. Is that right? Where he was calling for the pass. He was like up,
and then
he took it and he scored. So I mean,
they know how to get it behind you.
Yeah, and it's a very good point.
So, and the first 2 games of these Stanley Cup finals will be played in Carolina. Mm-hmm. They have home ice advantage. And so Vegas has had, with their crowd, they've had a ton of energy. I think it's really good for the Canes to start on home ice. They're very heavy. So is Vegas. And so I think we'll know a lot on how this is going to be dictated in Game 1 at home for Carolina.
I agree. Do you have predictions for how this series is going to pan out?
My prediction for this series is going to piss off Vegas fans everywhere, which is fine.
Here we go again.
Cue the comments. That's fine. I'm picking Canes in 6.
Sweep.
Sweeping them in 6 games. No, I don't see Vegas getting swept.
No, it's not going to happen.
To be fair, we never picked Avs to sweep Vegas either.
No, I picked them in 7.
Yeah, we thought that would be a long series. We were wrong about that. But this series, I'm picking Canes in 6.
I'm picking Canes in 6.
Canes in 6 too.
Yeah, I think so.
Just pick the sweep.
Yeah, just pick the
That's
sweep.
what you want to say.
Get them all riled up.
You should have started this with a broom in your hand.
Yeah. No, I never pick a sweep. I think that's disrespectful to the team. And I mean, you can't be that confident. And I mean, I don't know, as a fan maybe like of the team, you think, yeah, we're going to go in and sweep. But
if one team is known for sweeping in these playoffs, it's the Canes. I don't know if they will get it done. If one of them will sweep, it will be the Canes. That's my thought on it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of players on Vegas. I'm a fan of the Canes. And so it's going to be exciting. I'm really pumped for this one. And any final thoughts?
No, not really on this series. I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be back and forth. One team punches, the other rebounds and punches back. It can flip from period to period. It can flip from shift to shift. It can flip from game to game. It's going to go back and forth, and I think it's going to be a really good one.
And just to close it out, I think the Canes are going to outbeard another team. You see Marner's beard, it's not showing up, looking a little scraggly.
We didn't even really talk about Marner. He's leading all the playoffs in points. Eichel's right behind him. They're 1-2 in points.
His beard ain't really looking that good either. So
that's true.
This is a year of the beards, and I'm picking the Canes.
Perfect. So these playoffs are almost behind us.
It's been fun. Hasn't been as much parody.
No.
At all.
There was a lot of parody going into it. And it just didn't
pan out.
I mean, the Ducks beat the Oilers. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
The Canadiens got all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. That's something.
Sure.
But other than that, it really wasn't. Like being an Avs fan, I can't say, oh, the Avs. There's no parity in the league. I want the Avs to get there. That's not a lot of parity, but no, it has been a fun playoffs. It's been emotional. It's been like the Wild Avs series was great. That was fun.
And with all things being said, I'm a Blues fan. Obviously, we're not even in the playoffs. Yeah. So I get to look at it from a total outsider. Yeah. I'm invested in the Canes. That's my Eastern Conference team. So I am hoping they win. Yeah. But it's been a lot of fun for me. Yeah. I haven't been as invested as you in some of these losses.
I told you before we started recording, I said that once the Avs finally were eliminated, I felt like there was a weight lifted off of me. Like I was like, I don't know, I was just a little happier.
I know, we were joking. I think you were more stressed than the Avs coach.
Yeah, it kind of seemed that way.
It seemed that way.
I love Bednar. I really do. But it's frustrating. You gotta, I don't know.
Give us a little.
You gotta give us something. But, I mean, you can be happy with the way that they played when they're losing. It's hard to completely go against your system. It is. Like, how do you nitpick a system that way? But
so why don't we end it there? My final thoughts for the episode, though, I really like St. Louis as a coach. I like the way he talks to his players.
Yeah.
He said something like when the crowd was chanting against Montreal, he was saying, the game will humble you. Yeah. And what do you do when you get humbled? You stand up straight. You take it. You play with pride still. And I thought that was a nice sentiment, a real representation of how the playoffs should be played.
Yeah, and then Caulfield came out and scored that goal.
And the fuck you goal, and at least got one. So
stand tall
with your one goal
and 8 shots.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's okay. So no, I think that'll wrap up this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a lot of fun doing these, and it helps us out a lot to help build the channel. And
we like to see the reoccurring comments from people that we recognize. We like that interaction.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely, we look forward to it.
Join us on this journey. We're going to keep doing this every week, and we put out a video for our main podcast once a week. And then we try to give some bite-sized videos for people that just want to see certain topics as well.
Right.
So you can expect us to give you an honest take on what's going on, right now. And then on the off season, we're going to cover some different topics. That'll be a lot of fun too.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll see you next time.